Welcome back, family. Good morning, sis.
Good morning.
We're on lesson 323, entitled, I Gladly Make the Sacrifice of Fear. And sacrifice obviously is in quotes because it's the ego's. The ego is adamant that awaking is going to require sacrifice on our part. So, this first paragraph is a prayer. Interestingly enough, it's in the third person, so I'm going to read it as the way that it is given, and then our sis has translated it into first person, which we both feel has far more impact. So let's join together in receiving it at both levels. All right, while we read it, thank you. Let's
Thank
just join for a moment. I gladly make the sacrifice of fear. Here is the only sacrifice you ask of your beloved Son. You ask him to give up all suffering, all sense of loss and sadness, all anxiety and doubt, and freely let your love come streaming in to his awareness, healing him of pain and giving him your own eternal joy. Such is the sacrifice you ask of me, and one I gladly make. The only cost of restoration of your memory to me for the salvation of the world.
you. Beautiful. So now, beloved family, please join me in taking this deeply into our heart, really, really deeply. Let's anchor it. And here it is translated into the first person. Here is the only sacrifice you ask of me, your beloved Son. You ask me to give up all suffering, all sense of loss and sadness, all anxiety and doubt, and to freely let your love come streaming into my awareness, healing me of pain and giving me your own eternal joy. Such is the sacrifice you ask of me, and one I gladly make, the only cost of restoration of your memory to me for the salvation of the world.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you.
And now the second paragraph here. And as we pay the debt we owe to truth, a debt which merely is the letting go of self deceptions and of images we worshipped falsely, truth returns to us in wholeness and in joy. We are deceived no longer. Love has now returned to our awareness, and we are at peace again, for fear has gone, and only love remains.
Mm. Mm.
So there's this innate belief that we have really left God, and that God is angry, is going to exact punishment on his Son. Whether we're conscious of this or not, this is running in the foundation of the ego thought system. And that to return our awareness to God, to drop our pseudo false independent will and adopt the will of the Father, that there's going to be great sacrifice in that from a punishing God. And the ego has laundry lists of things that we believe until we examine those beliefs in the light with the Holy Spirit. Nouk has created a beautiful exercise. We have mentioned it several times before, but we urge you, nothing else quite fleshes out where these hidden beliefs that God requires our sacrifice as in this exercise. It is the fear of God exercise.
Mm.
And so we have placed that at the top of the list of the resources. You know the gig now, down below in the description or show more box. We ask you to click on that link and give yourself the gift, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, to sit with that and list out those things that you would say are true about God, being good and loving, etc. But then also asking and answering the question honestly, what would happen if you were to release all the areas of your life that you have compartmentalized over to God? And I think that you'll be a bit surprised at the fears that flush up. And the end of that exercise is matching up that split in our mind about God. God is loving, and yet if I were to hand over my finances to God, I would end up living under a bridge. That was mine. I have to laugh now, but yes. Oh gosh, yeah.
What about handing the body over to him?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be slaved by what, pain,
Yes.
illness, and
Yes.
finally death.
Death, definitely.
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh.
So,
That's
yeah.
yeah. It's called Are You Fearful of God?
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be, like you said, sis, it'll be just underneath the video here. And there's another one too, which is the End of Fear guided meditation. Runs about 30 minutes. And it takes us into the felt state of being one with God.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Really closes the gap between us and God. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Keep that handy.
Yeah.
Especially at night. That's when I like to listen to it.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. All right. So I think that's beautiful. The only sacrifice is truly, in truth, is that we're letting go of fear and guilt and conflict and suffering of any kind, aging, sickness, and death.
Yeah. Yeah. Remembering that any kind of fear, anxiety, or doubt is always self-doubt, and it belongs to the ego, not the holy self we are.
Right.
And so they're all a defense against the love we are, against the memory of the love we are. Yeah. Right. Do we want to keep that?
No, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. All right. We gladly make the only sacrifice asked of us. Let's just relinquish the fear. We're going to forgive the idea of separation. So have a great time with those the exercise and also with the guided meditation. We'd love to hear what comes up for you, whether that's affected you or if you had any breakthroughs. That would be helpful not only for us to hear it, but for others who will be reading the comments, right? They'll be helped by it too.
Yeah, well, that'll be exciting to get some feedback on it.
Yeah, we'd love that. Okay. All right, that's lesson 323. Thanks, sis.
Thank you. Thank you, sis. Thanks, family.
See ya.